Hello there, I'm Lisa. Welcome to Bobo Bun So Vintage Life. Today's video I'm actually going to be talking about a speedy making a cocktail dress, a 1950s inspired cocktail dress no less, for the upcoming Dressmakers Ball. So I shall see you in a moment when we'll go through what I'm making. Now, I've chatted with you on here before about the upcoming Dressmakers Ball, which is the 1st of October, the first one I've ever been to, even though they've been running since 2017. And I'm really excited to be making something that I wouldn't ordinarily wear and meeting lots of other sewists, going up to Leicester. So it's all very exciting. I had grand plans. I was going to draft my own pattern. So I drew lots of pictures of the type of designs I'd like to make. I was going to draft my own pattern, and then just time ran out. So I decided I wanted something wow, but that would be a bit more straightforward, because I think I've got 2 weeks to make the dress in, and out of those 2 weeks probably 3 but not whole full days, and lots of scatter bits of time around it. So yeah, it needs to be a speedy make. Now, I've shown you before what's inspired my make. I'll just show you the fabric I chose in a moment, but it all started from this beautiful 1930s velvet clutch that's all embroidered all over with gold. That's what inspired, and I will be taking this bag. So I'll just show you the fabric that I've chosen alongside the bag, and you can see what's got my ideas going. My inspiration for this dress started from watching Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day in her gold frock, and getting this beautiful 1930s velvet and gold embroidered clutch purse. So I just knew it had to be that. And I also had some of this velvet dot flocked tulle left over. So I wanted to use them both together, to bring in both of those colours. And I did all sorts of drawings. I really wanted it overlaid over the gold, some gold showing, and ideally sleeves, but that plan soon changed. So if you put this against me, so you can see my skin, I don't know if I'm a totally gold person. I've never worn gold jewellery. I just don't like it. I like silver or colourful. But I bought this gold satin back crepe, and I'd already got this intended for something else. This lovely tulle with dots, velvet polka dots on it. It's absolutely beautiful. So I knew I wanted to use both of those, keeping to the black and gold theme inspired by my purse. Just put this down, quite slippery. Inspired by my purse. I've shown you the other drawings, but I came up to, so I'm trying not to make a bang on the table. It always makes a thud when I touch the table with my camera attached to it. So I decided to go with this pattern, Simplicity 8731. I've not made it before. I've long wanted to make the coat and the dress. I'll show you the drawing now, so it's easier to see what it is front and back. So time constraints considered, I picked Simplicity 8731 because I thought I could have a lot of the gold on show with the central panel, and the yoked skirt would have the tulle, and I'd be able to bring in black accents plus make a black velvet corsage, so I'm thrilled. So I'm wanting to make a feature of the gold, all this central panel, and I think I'll have black velvet here with the bows and black on the back, and then I'm going to overlay the tulle all around the skirt, and I'm also planning to make one of my velvet corsages, in black velvet and gold beads, so I need to get some plain black velvet to do that. I mean, it looks sensational with long black gloves, but I really don't think I could be fussed with that and the extra heat. So that's what the plan is. Now, I looked at the pattern and I knew it'd need a bit of alteration. So I'm going to show you the pattern and what I've altered. I've made the first toile. I'm happy with the alterations I've made, so I think I can actually get on with cutting the fabric. So I haven't started on the dress yet. I just wanted to show you where I'm up to with it and what I'm doing, and then I'll be able to go through some of the process with you another time. Just want to keep you updated on what my planning is and how it's all coming about. So I'm going to go over and show you what I've been doing with the pattern. So as a basic run through for what I do with fitting from a pattern, I always go by my high bust measurement because I've got a 4-inch difference between my high bust and my full bust. I've said that before, anything of 2 inches difference, you either do a small bust or a full bust, depending on whether it goes up or down. So I know I'm going for a size 14 for my high bust, so I folded over the seam allowance so that I can put the pattern on me as if it were finished, and on that central fold line there. So I can just assess what I would know anyway by measuring the pattern from the shoulder to the end of the bust apex. I'd know that this is too high, but it's just quicker just to let it go. I mean, that bust dart is going up in my armpit, which is not where we need the curve. We need the fabric to curve around the bust. So this is my fullest bust point, that's where that dart needs to be. So I make a little mark on my pattern so that I can measure how far, the difference between the two, how far down I need that dart moved if that's what I'm going to do. But with this pattern, you've got this central part here. Well, one, I do not want the velvet bows I'm going to put to actually, they'll end up on the end of where both my nipples are, which is not a design feature I'm after. Strange, isn't it? And this part here should actually be, when you're looking at the pattern, just underneath the bust. So, and it provides shaping for the bust, it should actually be here. So I'm going to ignore actually moving my dart down as a box, as I normally would do. So I move that down to where it should be, and automatically it's put the bust dart where it should be. This is placed in the right place. So now I know I need to gain the extra here because the arm size down too low and the shoulder straps and the neckline not in the right place. So I measured that and I knew that was 3 inches I had to add to the pattern. I'll explain that bit to you, what I did. And I also then had to match up the back pattern to add that 3 inches in likewise. Now with the pattern, there's the point that I would have moved the bust dart down to. I've drawn a line where I'm going to lengthen or shorten it, so it's above the bust dart, so I'm not altering this part of the pattern. And then I can open the pattern up above there. Lengthen and shorten lines always lower, but often I'll have to lengthen the pattern here. So this is what I've done, tracing the pattern off, not altering my master pattern in case it all goes wrong. And I put the 3 inches in there. But I also need to alter the back so it's the same length and everything matches. So I'll just show you how I do this on the pattern when I get those pieces. I'll fold up the bust dart, just making sure I'm on the right size here. Yeah, so I'll fold up that bust dart so I'll get that nice straight line, and then I can lay the back pattern against that, matching up the size, and I can actually mark on that pattern the exact point that I want to lengthen and shorten, so it's exactly the same. And yeah, just check everything else. I'm just thinking as well, I also graded out to a size 18 on the waist, so make sure that I'm doing that at the same point too. Normally I put my toile on to show you, but I don't have to go and put on trousers. I'm wearing a dress. Yeah, you'll get to see it as we go along. So I'm just going to hold it up to show you. So this is the toile I made, and when I put it on me, I was really happy with the fit, the placement of where the dart was, this central panel, everything fitted really well. The only issue was that the front shoulder seams were coming down a little bit too low, and there was about 5/8 of an inch excess down in the back. So I've shortened the back shoulder seams and slightly lengthened by 5/8 the front shoulder seam, so everything's meeting in the right place there. So I was really happy with that, and I'm very narrow framed on my upper body, so I have taken out 3 centimetres out of this central panel. So you know, I've taken it out so I'll cut on the fold, so I've taken 3 centimetres. I've just sewn it up on my toile. So I'm much happy with the fit. It brings everything in to the right place. And I definitely will not be sewing in this fabric. Oh, God knows why I ever bought this. I mean, orange is just not my colour and it just looks horrific on me. But at the time I kind of liked it. I thought it was a bit different and bold, but I'm now using it as toile fabric because it's like a crepey mix and it kind of behaves in the same way as the satin. So yeah, that's my toile. So So now I've got that far, yeah, I can have the exciting bit and the worrying bit of cutting out, but it's not hugely expensive fabric. I don't want to waste it because I hate wasting fabric and money and whatever, but you know, if I cock it up, it's not terrible. There's more at the shop, I know, so I can buy a bit more, but hey, shouldn't even start with the thought I'm going to cock it up, should I? So really exciting to get on with making that. You know, I can totally visualise it in my head, how it's all going to look. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to start actually sewing it till next week because it's like crazy. Today I've been doing a one-to-one lesson. I'm teaching tonight, teaching tomorrow. I think I promised my mum a bit of time tomorrow afternoon because I haven't seen her for a while. Yeah, teaching most of the day on Saturday, so I might actually get a little squeeze in a Saturday and then hopefully going to 1950's STEAM weekend on Sunday, so I'll be able to tell you more about that. So yeah, I don't know if the 40s weekend I might be wearing, because I'm coming on with my 40s blouse, but I don't want to rush it, and I'm now thinking, this is on other sewing news, whether to put some bound buttonholes in because they're just beautiful, so that will slow up the process but be worth it because I'm really throwing all the bells and whistles at this one. I'm really happy with it. I've also cut out some black 40s inspired trousers from the Wearing History overalls, which I talked about 2 videos ago, so link that card up. So I've already cut those out. I've just done the pockets, you know, lined the pockets and deciding on the buttons, so I think they'll be quite a quick make. I've made quite a few of those, so if it's chilly I'll probably wear those and find a 40s blouse to wear, you know, a bit of knitwear. But yeah, that's what we're doing. So there's all sorts of sewing things going on, and I feel at the back of my head it's just this cocktail dress. I feel like I can't just really do other sewing and enjoy it because, yeah, time wise I need to get that one out. The others don't have deadlines. I've so many other I've got so many other sewing things to tell you and whatnot, but yeah, saving that for another day. Yeah, but sorry, I'm waffling. I've just been a bit thrown off today with some news, so yeah, I might as well tell you. I always randomly go on things. So the news today, I'm waiting for a gallbladder operation. And I went to the hospital last year, they said I had to be 2 years, and then I got a phone call today saying we can do the operation like in 2 weeks time, or was it 3 weeks, but it was definitely the, yeah, it's the 1st of October, the date of the Dressmakers Ball, so this kind of ties up, doesn't it? Well, yeah, I don't want to miss the ball and everything I'm working for to go and have an operation, and quite frankly I'm quite frightened about having an operation. I've only ever had one in my life, a laparoscopy, and similar kind of operation, but yeah, I rightly feel a bit nervous about having an operation, even though it's fabulous that I'll be able to have it and have no more pain. But I've got plans that could be cancelled, but I haven't got work that can be cancelled, and that's what I said to the woman on the phone. You know, I've just set up my business, I have taken all these bookings, I've got commitment to people to deliver, and I thought this operation was happening next year, so I'd be able to schedule it in a bit more, not just at a moment's notice. To which she told me they're getting pressure from the government to clear the backlog. I didn't know I was a backlog. I thought normal waiting list for NHS here, you wait a long time, and I was happy to do that, give my head time to get brave maybe. So yeah, so I'm feeling a bit discombobulated by that news rather than pleased, but so I've just said no, I can't at the moment, please give me time to sort things out. Yeah, so maybe going privately would be better. You could just book the date in if you had like $5 grand for the operation, which is how much they cost, because we have googled it when I have been having a really bad incident and about to kill myself. So yeah, being a bit melodramatic there. And the other thing I didn't want to cancel, because you've got the Dressmakers Ball, and the following week is the knitting and stitching show at Alexandra Palace. I've never ever been, and lovely Sarah of Olive Road London has offered me a ticket. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go. Naomi at Fabric Godmother had said, was I going to go? And Andre of Till the Sun Goes Down is one of the sellers there, and I really want to meet Andre and see all her lovely fabrics. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to go. So yeah, I'll go up there and I'm going to meet Sarah, so I'm going to go on the Sunday. And I'll operation will throw out all my exciting life plans and my work plans. And yeah, if I was employed by somebody else, not self-employed, it's fine. You just take your holiday, you get paid while you're off sick, and you go back to work. But yeah, I've got to have this operation, and it's minimum 2 weeks recovery time, and you can't drive for a week. So it's just like, how the heck do you schedule this in when you won't be earning any money and you're letting all your clients down? So yeah, hence I feel discombobulated. So I've told you all this lovely stuff about the Dressmakers Ball, and it just all feels a bit tinged, and yeah, I hadn't decided or planned to tell you this, but yeah, it's just kind of flowing in on the end. It's real life schmizzle, isn't it? So yeah, I just feel a bit odd. There you go. It'll be solved by gin and tonic later on, I'm sure. A gin and tonic solves most things. Lots of gin and tonic solve even more things, but I'm not a lots of gin and tonics person, because I'm a bit of a weakling when it comes to drink. One will do me, thanks very much, unless I'm being really reckless and I'll have 2 or 3. Anyway, so that's enough for me for now. I will be back next week with more sewing or maybe knitting related news. So lovely to have you join me here. And until next time, please subscribe, press the like, comment, yeah, and I'll chat with you. So thanks very much for watching, and until then, goodbye.